Hey y'all, good Saturday afternoon. I just wanted to get on here and tell this story. I was gonna type it up, but I decided I'm just gonna go ahead and make a quick video, get it out the way. So, there is nothing more annoying than liberals, first of all. I mean, I have been both parties. I have been Democrat and I have been Republican. When I was a Democrat, I would have Republican clients that would sit down in front of me. None of them ever just assumed I was anything. They would talk to me like I was a normal human being. I didn't get called any slurs. None of that stuff happened. We were all cool. I switched parties. A Democrat will sit down in front of me and they will say the most insulting things, especially white liberals. White liberals are a whole other category. They're under the impression that they own blacks. I don't know where that comes from. They're under the impression that we're into whatever they're into because they're white. I don't know where that comes from, and it is just ridiculous. So today I had a woman come in and she went on a blind date. She went through a divorce a few months ago and she went on a blind date. Now, the last time I saw her, she was going on this date. So she tells me, so when she came in, I said, "Oh, I see you went on the date. How did the date go?" "Oh, we went on several dates, but he's just not someone that I would ever date or marry." I knew it was coming, y'all. For some reason, I just knew because she's liberal, I knew. And we've had this conversation before, and she knows where I stand. But for her, I don't think she can believe it or accept it. So I said, well, what happened? If you went on several dates, obviously you must have liked him or had something. She said, "Well, he is handsome." So she pulled up a picture and showed me, and he was in fact handsome. He is handsome and he is tall and he's a nice guy. But we were having dinner and he started telling me about all the great stuff that Trump is doing, and I just stopped him because there is no way that you can sit in front of me and compliment Hitler. That's what she said. Can you imagine somebody that daft that you would compare President Trump to Hitler when it was Joe Biden that said we are going to have a winter of death, that stood up there in all black with a red background, threatening people to go and get a shot and to go get boosters, threatening them with their jobs. People lost their job. We were locked down and everything else. But it's Trump that was Hitler, that was saying it's up to you. See, these people don't even know who Hitler is and they don't know what he did. They literally have gotten these talking points from CNN and they're that dumb. So I just stopped working and I just stared her in her face until she was uncomfortable. And I said, it is not sincere for you to compare the two. She said, I'm just saying that I just can't believe that he would be someone that voted for Trump. Why would you not think a middle-aged white man that has wealth voted for Trump? That is the dumbest thing in the world. And then the fact that she chooses to ignore the fact that I am also a Trump supporter just blows my mind. And I just decided, I have engaged this woman in this conversation several times, and it never works out. She never understands, never wants to understand where I'm coming from or anyone that has voted for Trump. It is the most insulting thing. It's like weeks ago when a white liberal woman with purple hair commented something about wishing that I would be raped. They have no problem with saying whatever they want to say. They think they are free to say nigga. They think they're free to do whatever they want to do because they feel like they are on the side of God. It is the weirdest thing for people that are killing babies and allowing children to have sex changes to think they're on the side of God. I mean, that is the deception and delusion to a level I don't think I would ever understand. It is common sense to know what side. And it's not that God even chooses a side, but if he had to. If the devil has a party, then God does too. And I don't want to hear this mess about God is not into politics, but he is into governance. Just because they didn't have the word politics then, it does not mean that was not so. The book of Kings was about putting up leaders and taking others down. God always had a hand in who was leading a nation, and it was always a righteous man. It doesn't matter if you don't like the man. He didn't ask you, and he's not going to ask you. Your opinion and you thumbing your nose at the man that God put in place to bring this nation back to him on the 250th anniversary is irrelevant. He's not going to change his will. He's not going to change anything about it. People may not have liked John the Baptist. Do you think God was going to say, well, let me go back and get somebody else since the people, they don't like him? So what? Wicked people never like the righteous. You can look at the fruit of a tree. I have fools in my comments all the time saying that Trump is the Antichrist. But they never pay attention to the fact that the one that brought all the curse and legalized sin onto our nation was a half black man. They can't even connect the dots. They can't even connect the dots. So she said that she told this man, well, this isn't going to work out. I just would never take you home to my family. I just would be so ashamed if someone knew that I was dating someone that voted for Trump. The nerve of this woman that is all of 48 years old, that looks 65 years old. I am glad that she let this man off the hook. He dodged a bullet. I should have got his name, because I would message him my own stuff, because he is fine. He is fine, and he's my age too. I mean, it's just it's kind of sad, and it's embarrassing that we have a whole group of people, and then he told her that she has Trump derangement syndrome. She said, I have never heard of that, and I don't know what he means. I mean, I am a person that goes to church every week, and I'm just for God. The amount of self-absorbed, unawares, don't read the room. I'm just looking at her like she's absolutely crazy, because the fact that we've had this conversation, we've had this conversation. She knows that I voted for Trump. Yet and still, she will not allow her mind to accept it, because she's looking at my brown skin. Can you imagine that? But these are the people that walk among us. They will sit in front of me, liberals will sit in front of me every time and assume who I voted for because I'm black. They think I don't have enough brains to do my own research. They honestly believe that I don't have enough brains to figure it out for myself, to vote in line with what I believe, that I could have any belief, that I have to fall in line with a bunch of witches and warlocks and heathens and weirdos and freaks. I have to fall in line with them because I got some melanin in my skin. How embarrassing for you. How embarrassing if you are a liberal and watching this. Stop assuming, because there are a lot of black people that voted for Trump and that support him, even some that never post about it. I get messages from those people all the time. They don't even say anything. But there are a lot of people. Stop assuming anything about anybody. Y'all get mad if we look at you and assume that you're a woman or a man, but it's okay for you to look at me and assume that I'm a Democrat. To assume that I will vote for people that held slaves. To assume that I will vote for people that stood in the way of me having voting rights. That I would vote for a party that is for every sin under the sun. I am a real born-again Christian, unlike a lot of people that I have met. It is really disgusting. Stop assuming anything about anybody.